Hopefully they don't take us off. Girl, I'll be mad. Forgot I got an invite.
I got more snaps than the Beatles.
Marlon probably tired from last night.
Girl. Trust me, at the top it isn't lonely. Everybody acting like they know me, dog. Don't just say it, you gotta show me.
Obviously, it don't want
Empty.
I'm starting to think after our first live, because remember, it was letting it all
Yeah.
go to my page.
Yep.
Ain't nothing else being friendly, dog. It's just a little 10-piece for it, just to blow it in the mall. Doesn't mean that we involved. I just put a Richard on the card. I ain't go playing ball, but I'll show you how to gotta do it if you really want ball. Take it far when you're back against the wall, and a bunch of need you to go away. Still going bad on it anyway. Saw you last night,
But did it?
yeah,
Hey, y'all.
in a hallway. Got a sticky
I just invited
in my
you.
dog's place.
I thought it was going to be. I know a lot of people at church.
Still going bad on you anyway.
Hey, Madeline. Hey, Mike.
Good morning.
Go to your page.
You didn't even tell me like I could put it on my page this time.
It did it?
No. Okay, babe.
Wait, but you reviewed your timeline?
It didn't even send a notification to review it, but it shows on
But
there.
it's on your timeline?
No, I had to share it. I shared it to there, but it says that I'm with you, and it didn't do it.
Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Yoshua.
Just a little 10-piece for it, just to blow it in the mall. Doesn't mean that we involved. I just put a Richard on the card. I ain't go playing ball, but I'll show you how to gotta do it if you really want to ball. Take it far when you're back against the wall, and a
Well, it's almost through.
Yeah.
go away. Still going bad.
I know Nikki's salty.
Very. I don't think she talks to any of them no more. She cuts off. Be coming back with a whole new crew.
Well,
Right. You gotta multitask.
child.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Good morning. We are back with another episode of the Miseducation of Senae and Ashley. We took a week off, but we had a podcast available for you guys to check out. So definitely tune into our podcast on Spotify, Apple,
Anchor,
Google.
It's everywhere.
It's
so,
everywhere.
just type in the Miseducation of Senae and Ashley, and then you can listen
tune
to it.
You can listen to it. You can be at work. You can listen to it. You can be at home. You can listen to it. You
Working
can be in
out.
the car. You can be working out, getting the keys.
The gems that we throw at you guys every week.
Every week. So we're back with another episode. A lot has gone down this week. We're gonna go over the format.
Yeah, so our format, of course, for new people, we go over our weekly flunkies. Our flunkies are people that are just trash.
Doing too much throughout the week.
And we felt like they failed. You know what I'm saying? Then we go and roll into our graduates in our graduate section.
Yeah, those are the people that we just want to, show love to. People that the media may have overlooked for whatever reason, and people we need to know are out here in the streets doing what they supposed to be doing good things.
Exactly. And then we roll into our sports and pop culture, which is more so sports. And then at the very end, we'll have an open discussion. So if y'all tune in and stay around for that, we definitely can have some feedback
For sure.
and have a dialogue with y'all. If not, then you can listen to it on the podcast afterwards, whatever, however you listen to us.
It will be available.
It will be available today, so...
Okay, we're going to jump right in it with our first flunky of this week. This past week was Memphis, Tennessee Police Department. So they wouldn't release body cam footage of the shooting of Devontae Weatherford, and somehow he released the footage himself.
Somebody gave him the footage, and it looks like kind of the same thing we see all the time with some of these police shootings.
Right.
So But he did plead guilty. That's the part.
He pled.
It was a lot to this because I don't understand what happened.
Okay, this is crazy. So he got the footage from a somebody part of the criminal defense law office.
Girl,
so what you pleading guilty?
I don't know. These folks getting on my nerves. I don't understand. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what he did. I don't know why he took off running. Supposedly,
it had to have been evading arrest.
Yeah,
evading arrest. He pled guilty to that because he ran. You ran,
but
right?
He said initially they weren't after him; they were after someone else. So I really don't know. You know, it's just kind of that thing. You know how black folks are. You know, one person start running, we see the police. You just, I guess, instinctively go.
I mean,
and they told him to stop, and he didn't. So I guess they shot him in the back.
I'm definitely gonna run. Never mind. I don't feel like dealing with police, and I you know, black folks, like you said, once we see something popping off, if you hear for somebody else, then we gonna run.
Right? He said he was standing there, but I guess he might have had I don't know what their gun laws is. You know, here in Texas, we know what it is, but there, I think maybe he had a weapon on him that wasn't registered, or they don't have a open carry law. I'm not sure exactly, but
it's
yeah,
Memphis,
he took off running, and I think
they're saying that the police, the Memphis police, and Devontae's accounts of the shootings differ. Now, how they differ, I do not see how they can differ. And he got the footage from, from somebody within the department. Now, the officers are saying that Weatherford ran towards them, the police car, pointing a gun towards the officer. However, that was not shown in the video. That's why you didn't want to release the video, because your account is wrong.
Because they knew they probably did
and they shouldn't have been shooting at that young man. He's only 22. But they did yell, like at 41 seconds in the video, the officer yells, "You run again, I'm going to kill you." 2 seconds later, the officer shot at Devontae Weatherford. So if you don't see, hold on. Why are you yelling, "If you run again, I'm going to kill you"?
That's what I don't get, like the verbal. You know what?
Verbal command shit. If somebody's yelling, "If you run again, I'm going to kill you," that's not verbal commands that should come from a cop or an authority, a law enforcement.
I guess like some of these other people would say comply.
I
don't know if that. I mean, from everybody's account, they're so different. It doesn't sound like he complied.
Yeah, it sounds like he was gonna get shot anyway.
Right at this point, so
you run again, I'm gonna kill you. I can't get past that
now,
there.
With them releasing the footage, I'm assuming that some of the other charges that they did have against him, they must have dropped some of them. And the only thing that you said they had on there was the evading arrest, which is because you said he ran. But
dang, they tore him up.
Yeah, they did.
He was charged with aggravated assault, evading arrest, and theft of property of $1,000.
And he said he wasn't stealing. That wasn't him. It was someone else.
It wasn't him. He was later charged with unlawful possession of a weapon. So that's what he pled guilty to. Unlawful possession of a weapon.
So yeah, their gun laws must be totally different.
Mm-hmm. But they had to charge him because they shot him for no reason. In my opinion.
Right. And this happened last year. Just for the record, this happened last year, but he was able recently to get his hands on the footage, and he released it himself. Yep.
He was able to acquire that footage and basically, clear himself a little bit. I mean, it shows the officer saying that he was going to kill him if he kept running.
Right. So some of the accounts that they said were cleared up because cameras can't lie.
Yeah, right. Like, this is giving the whole timeline of what was said and what happened during the whole ordeal. And, like I said, what stood out to me was the fact that he said, "If you run again, I'm going to kill you." I know that's not a verbal command that law enforcement should be, exercising. Not to me.
No. I don't think so either. But we'll if there's any more, it sounds like everything kind of got cleared up, especially with him pleading out. So that might be the last that we'll hear about it. But hopefully, I mean, we say it all the time, things will change, but you know.
And now you see why people is walking around with unlawful guns, because you walking around saying you're going to kill me as a white police officer. So that's that. Next flunky, Tesla workplace. If you don't know what Tesla is, it's a high-end luxury car franchise owned by Elon Musk. We had Elon Musk on the.
He was a graduate.
He was a graduate not too long ago, but we had
like
him
2 weeks ago.
We had him do a retake, and now he's a flunky along with his Tesla franchise here. I'll let you go.
Yeah. Over 24 employees, people of color, have spoken out about racist taunts, being denied promotions, being forced to do different menial tasks. All of this denied by Tesla, but current employees and former employees have said that the conditions for people of color at Tesla have not been ideal. And they've spoken out about it, and nothing has been done. So, I mean, Elon Musk did make a quick, brief statement, and he just denied. Of course, like you said, the whole company, they denied that these things are going on. Over 24 people.
He defended himself, but like we were talking about earlier, I just don't think that these billionaires and these people in these positions of power understand what's going on in their workplace, because they're not a part of it.
That's the everyday culture, right? Everyday culture.
But
workplace.
you have to be well informed on what's going on when something is attached to your name. Now, Elon Musk came back and he said that we are not just greedy capitalists who skimp on safety, and the thing is, he doesn't know. He doesn't know, because if you think of the power that he has, how rich he is, how many businesses that he has, he's not full-fledged into Tesla.
No, he's not. And it's crazy because this is the same person. We've had Elon on the graduate list a couple times, and a few weeks ago we had him on the graduate list because he donated X amount of money to Flint
for the water crisis.
For the water filtration system. So the kids in Flint, especially in the schools, could have clean water. So it's like he's not that far removed from like the issues of the world, but
social
then again,
issues.
Right? But he's like far removed from the issues in his company.
Well, that's because social issues, you see that every day, right? Mm-hmm. Issues within a workplace, you have to actually be there, and your management and your VPs, they have to be transparent with you about what's going on. Now, in the article here in The Guardian, they're saying that basically that there are aggression production goals. Tesla is a high value car, and it pretty much drives itself, right? So we can understand that there are aggressive production goals. I can actually see Elon Musk being like, oh, just as long as y'all hitting them goals, which I'm sure they are, then everything I don't need
else,
to be...
Whatever else is going on, then I guess just keep doing it. Because
right, exactly, because we're doing good. But you gotta...
It just sucks because like I said, some of the issues and things that you speak out about and the things that you do, to know that that's going on in your workplace, it's like, dang, bro, like, come on now. So hopefully they'll, maybe these employees and stuff will come out and continue to speak up, and maybe Elon will take some time to actually get inside and see what's really going on.
So does he not know this? It says the ambulances have been called more than 100 times since 2014 for workers experiencing fainting spells, dizziness, seizures, abnormal breathing, and chest pains. Hundreds more were called for injuries and other medical issues. That's, to me, like, heard that as a CEO, that would make me want to go and see what exactly is going on. That's not okay. You can't have your workers so overworked that they're experiencing illnesses and injuries.
And then the minorities and the people of color are experiencing racial slurs.
Yeah, what's that about?
Again, being denied promotions and stuff. That's not cool. But you know what? That's all these big companies.
It is.
A lot of these big companies are the same way. So, I out of everybody, because of what Elon does, I really hope that they can get that situation resolved.
Turned around.
Because I really like Elon, bro. That's what it
I like Elon too, because he thinks outside of the box. I think this will wake him up even more for him to go ahead and just get more involved. Get more involved and know what's going on within your companies, because when your name is attached to it, it directly reflects on you. And that'll affect every other company that you own.
And they think that your morals, your values, and everything actually go along with what's going on in the workplace.
Exactly.
So come on, Elon, bro, I'm rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. So I need you to get it together, honey.
Get it together, because right now you're a flunky. And that's that. See, no. That's crazy. Next, who we got?
We put her on the flunky list because I just so happened to see an article earlier this week. We put Judge Tammy Kemp, she's a Democratic judge in Dallas County who will be presiding over the Amber Geiger
Botham John
case. So she's endorsed by the Dallas Police Association, and I think that was the thing that kind of sent the red flag up to me. And one of the people on my Facebook page that shared that, his thing was, that's why you don't just vote straight when you're voting. Like, okay, you don't vote just straight Democrat, you don't vote just straight Republican. Know who you're voting for.
Right.
And if you're gonna vote off of what you believe and your values and your morals and what you think that person can do, not just because you've been told you're a Democrat your whole life.
Hey, yeah, I agree with him. I don't vote straight Democrat, but in this case, it wouldn't have been
It's a lose-lose.
It's a lose-lose, but this is her presiding over the case, Judge Kemp presiding over the case, when she's endorsed by the Dallas Police Association. That should be a conflict of interest. Come on now. That's a conflict of interest.
And since they said that, since the grand jury came back with the indictment that they were going to go ahead and charge Amber Geiger with murder, I ain't heard nothing else. Like, we don't know when the court case will be. Like, have you heard anything about when the trial will start? I haven't heard anything. I know his family's basically in limbo still.
That was just to hush us up for now. Oh, here she go. She a black lady, but that don't mean nothing. Yeah, Faith Johnson and Renee Hall are black, and look what they up to.
So hopefully, even with that news or information, if it's true and she is endorsed by them, hopefully she'll still do, right is right and wrong is wrong, and hopefully the prosecution can relay the information and the evidence in a good manner. So I just hope, Lord, I'm stuttering across my words because, it's really cut and dry, but hopefully that they can present the case that cut and dry. And I know they're not going to even do the case in Dallas County. They probably going to do it in Kaufman. That's why I'm trying to figure out how she's presiding over it, because, like when Amber Geiger turned herself in, she was in Kaufman County. And they say they asked the high profile people to go to Kaufman County because it's less busy. Right. So I wonder if the trial, she's presiding over the case, but she's Dallas County. You know what I'm saying? Like, are y'all going to do the trial in Kaufman? Sure. I don't know. We ain't heard nothing, so we'll see. We keep you guys informed as we're informed and find information out.
Just to be clear cut here, the Dallas Police Association, that's the same people that helped her bond out the first time. She went this Friday and was released on a $200,000 bond again. So I'm sure they helped her bond out again. But this Judge Kemp did ask her to ask Amber Geiger to surrender her passport.
Yeah, she can't leave the state.
Not travel outside of Texas without court approval, which she would get.
Right,
she would get the approval. This is just let me know what the final say so is. Let me know.
Again, we'll keep you guys updated as we're updated. Yeah. Our next flunky is Steve Spence. Steve Spence is a 29-year-old male who went into... Oh, I didn't even... Child, because I didn't look at the picture. Who went into Smith High School in North Carolina with a hit list and multiple guns ready to air it out. Now, I don't know why. Hopefully, I don't know if in the article it says why he went in there. Because I don't know if he was an employee there, if he was going to kill some employees. But he was walking around the campus and... security noticed him. I was like, yo, like, what are you doing? And when they finally apprehended him, they found the hit list and guns. I just don't know.
They believe that his intended target was someone at the school he had a personal relationship with.
That's what I was thinking. It must have been like a bad breakup or something. He went up there to...
He had a 9mm, a loaded 9mm handgun, 45, a long gun and backpack with 8 boxes of bullets in it.
He was saying air it out.
Yo, these people...
No, luckily the Greensboro police and security at the school were able, again, to apprehend him, so no one was hurt.
29-year-old black guy just wandering through the school.
Like, of course you're red flags, but people be losing it. Like, I guess...
When these relationships and stuff go wrong with people who you were once close to, that don't mean mentally go off the edge and start killing people, because that's what people start to do. Last couple of episodes we done had
the one that went up to the hospital because he couldn't get the ring back.
The other one that shot
his girlfriend in the car. Of the head. Like, come on,
and
now.
They had kids together. Shot her in the head.
Then
she survived. Then tried to kill himself, and he survived. Now he gonna be in jail.
Baby, if you relationship problem, you have a bad breakup, just go your separate ways. Go get some help. Get some counseling. Go get your mental state back in order, because that kind of stuff,
mugshot?
Girl.
Because he has the Kool-Aid smile going.
What?
Girl, I'm not gonna do this with you.
I don't know why you would go up to the school, like their place of work. That's something that really blows my mind. Like, when they do that, you're going to their place of work for what? Like, have you snapped that much that you just don't care?
He must have knew that was it. He knew he was gonna get caught or someone was gonna pop off. He knew that was about to happen.
Right. He really did.
He's definitely a flunky. I was glad he was apprehended.
Right. I'm glad that they got that under control, and I'm sure he'll have a ton of charges.
Well, he's had things happen in the past. He's
wanted in Virginia, child.
Virginia for assault of a family member, grand larceny of a motor vehicle, grand larceny, stolen property, and strangling another, causing wound and injury. Oh, this dude been off the rails.
Right, yeah. I was just gonna say he's been and
y'all have to know who y'all messing with. Because that ain't it right there.
At all. At all.
Next flunky.
Our next and last flunky is Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh, you can see him, yeah.
Yeah, y'all can see him.
Neil deGrasse Tyson looking sweet.
If you got, I know him personally from watching like Nat Geo documentaries. He usually narrates on them. Yep. I like him, but right now, well, not anymore, but right now he has been accused of sexual misconduct, and he's had up to 4 women at this point come out against him. Yeah. And I'm just like, bro, you know, I be watching.
My thing.
Yeah, you be giving my information about space and stuff. I be watching you. I'm like, yes, you know, look at my brother on here feeding me these gems, and then you go out here and do
alleged?
It is alleged. It is alleged.
So it's alleged. these allegations, I just cannot. And I'm not victim shaming or whatever if it really did happen, but I just don't understand. Like, is it you wait till somebody says something and then you come out and say something? What is that?
Well, reading this, it seems like one of the women that came out against him, he said it was a consensual thing.
Okay, yeah.
Which usually that's what happened with Russell Simmons. A lot of them say that it's consensual, but obviously there's a disconnect between what you are saying happened and what they're saying happened. So,
but that,
I'm sure they'll get to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Like I said, boy, I be watching you, Cosmos on Netflix. Like when I got my information about space, I was listening to you. It just bothered me. I'm like, bro, I hope like nobody like Bill Nye has nothing, because I'm gonna be sick if somebody like him. It's draining.
Well, this is part of that Me Too era, so you know once one come out, and
then everybody comes out. So I'm sure it's 4 right now, but it's possible it could become.
Especially 8, with our black 10. Men, they come out like shoot. They come out
right.
Come out though. It seemed like the white men get away with it, but that's another chat.
So I just hope they really get the information, and if he did do, like I said, he said one of them hold him accountable. He said one of them it was consensual. It didn't have a time frame exactly of when this happened, so I don't know. If it was 10, 15 years ago, I don't really know how. It's a he say she say battle at that point.
Right, until they go to trial and put them on the stand and get all the evidence and information, then we'll know.
Right. So again, we'll keep y'all updated. We're updated, and that was our flunky list for this week.
For the flunkies,
and we have just as many. We have just as many graduates this week,
which is great.
Woo! And we will roll into our graduate list, starting with Uncle Joe Biden. That's my boy.
Uncle Joe invited to the barbecue.
He is, and he said that he is the most qualified person for president. So 2020, I'm waiting for you. If it's either you or Beto, bro, you or Beto, come on.
And that was like shade right there, because he used the word qualified, and we all know that Trump and company is not qualified for what they're doing right now, which is why we're in the state that we're in as a country, and we're the laughing stock of the world. But Joe Biden, I agree. I mean, he's the most qualified. He's been there. Does this mean he could bring Obama advice?
I was just gonna say, but would Obama want to do it?
I don't think he would.
I think he's tired of it. So.
I think he could bring Beto.
Beto could be his VP. So hopefully we'll see. We're rolling into 2019. Said 2020 is right around the corner, so we're gonna start hearing. We're starting to hear more election talk and. The rumors of who's trying to run. I
heard Bernie Sanders gonna try again. But
they said that about Hillary, baby. I'm tired of you too, baby. You need to go ahead.
Bernie Sanders has some great ideas, some great, policies and things like that he wants to push forward. I just don't think that age.
Yeah, because he got to be knocking 80. If he's not 80.
That age, but I'm going to be objective. I'm going to be very objective in 2020, because we have to be strategic if we're going to get Orange Man out of office, because he has a strong backing in these rural country, uneducated areas. He has a very strong backing, and we're going to have to be real strategic at who we put to go against him so we can make sure that he wins. If we put Bernie against him, I don't think he wins. You put Hillary against him.
Oh, we know. We already know what happened when Hillary got.
We already know what happened
then. We know what you, baby.
The best bet, based on who the names that are coming up, is Joe Biden and Beto O'Rourke.
So hopefully, we'll stay in tune and what's going on. Right. I thought, Uncle Joe always has the confidence. I just love him. I love him. He is just.
I like him, and he rides for his. Like if he's your dude, if he's your friend, he's always watching your back, as you saw at the George Bush, rest in peace, in the George Bush funeral. Yeah, he every time Trump got up to talk to Obama,
he's a rider, bro. He's a rider. So, Uncle Joe, if you think you the most qualified, I'm with you, bro. I think you the most qualified too. So let's get it in 2020.
Let's get it, and everybody get ready and be objective. Don't just be going in there and doing straight ballots.
Yes.
Just know what's going on.
Exactly.
Know what's going on.
Our next graduate is Kevin Booth. We don't have a photo of him, but Kevin Booth. This actually happened in August. But he's actually a homeless guy who found $17,000 sitting in front of a local food bank. And he turned the money into the food bank because he wanted to make sure that other people could eat. I think that's very noble. The money was never claimed. So the food bank actually got to keep it, and they did give him a little bit of money here and there, but they used it to get like new refrigerators and freezers and buy more food and stuff. So, and his thing was he wanted to make sure that others could eat. He just said he didn't feel right keeping that type of money.
He said it was a real big decision for him, and he felt he shouldn't be taking it because it's not his.
Cause not everybody.
Let's be true, cause
your girl finds $17K, I might quit work.
If I find, and I'm not even grimy like that, but if I find $17K, okay, I need to keep it for a couple days, just see what the chatter is, maybe a month, and then nobody claimed it. Oh, that's in my bank account, or maybe just cash.
Right, and like you said, he was homeless. Yeah, he was homeless. It's still actually, like I said, this happened in August, so at this point, I'm not sure if he is still homeless. But at that time, he was still homeless.
He lives in a tent in the woods. He says he lives in a tent in the nearby woods, and he always turns down living inside.
So
child, Kevin Booth,
because not everybody. Trust me, not everybody.
Trust 17,000. Like, how do you find it in a paper bag, like in the movies?
Yeah, that's what it seemed. He said it was like in a paper bag in front of the food bank, and he seen it. And he looked at it. I don't know if he counted it to know it was $17K. And when he turned it into the food bank, he turned it in the next day.
I would have sat there and I would have counted it. I would have counted every little bit. You might have got about $5K.
Baby,
the food bank man got about $5K.
That wouldn't have got nothing. I ain't gonna lie to you. $12K. Now I probably would have bought people food that was home. You know what I'm saying? I would have like,
here. But this $12K is going with me. Is he white? Is this guy white? Mm-hmm. He must not know.
And he's pretty young. He's like in his early 30s.
He must not know that he is a shower and a shave away from a job.
I wonder if he's a veteran, because you see a lot of homeless veterans. Yes, it's crazy. You serve this country, and the majority of the homeless population are veterans.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Ridiculous. You had to ask them to fight and protect and serve,
and then they come back, and then to nothing. Yeah, some of them suffering from mental illnesses, substance
before they
abuse,
even get out,
and then they get out, and then there's not much done. No help. There's not much help for him. So I wish he would. I mean, I think he got a bigger blessing. 32. It has to be a bigger blessing coming. Like I said, you better than me.
I have a theory. I think he probably found like 20,000. Cause that 17 is just the off number. He probably found 20,000, kept 3. But either or, I would have kept at least 12 of it.
I would have kept at least all of it, and then and wouldn't have thought twice about it. And like you said, I would have found it. I would have moved. I would have went somewhere else. I would have went way away. They would have been like, "What happened to
First of all, I live in the woods. You ain't what? What you gonna do? Come raid my tent?
I would have been gone, bro. I would have been gone. They wouldn't have seen that
at all.
Again, Kevin, shout out to
Kevin Booth returning that 17,000 cash. Well, he didn't even return it. He just gave it to the food bank.
And they got to keep it. So, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Way to be a good Samaritan.
Good Samaritan, yes. Next graduate
here is
Steph Curry.
we put Steph on here. Steph had a 9-year-old girl write him and ask why he didn't have his shoes for girls, and you know, he actually hand wrote a letter back to her.
I saw that.
Yeah, he actually sent her back a handwritten letter, basically like apologizing, and he told Under Armour to make the shoes. They're really supposed to be unisex, is what he said. He said up until like they get into the men's sizes, they were supposed to be unisex, but I guess they had them just straight under like boys' shoes. So he's also making shoes for girls now. I thought that was cute. That was, he
could have. I mean, he could have been like I would have been, because really when we was growing up wearing shoes, I just get my size in the boys' size and call it a day.
I mean, we in a day and time where everything is equal.
Sensitive.
So.
Oh my God. Never mind.
Everything is equal.
Sizes.
So yeah, right, and it's kind of cool that the letter got to him.
That part, because really, to me, that's something that should have been filtered out.
I'm surprised that letter got to him, but he's a pretty stand-up guy,
He
so
is.
I'm not surprised. But I thought that was
start
cool.
brushing that hair,
girl, because that's one thing.
He got some Negro hair, whether he know it or not.
Girl.
But yes, that's good. That's good. Now we got girl Under Armour. Is this her?
Yeah, her name was Riley, because in the letter she said my name.
Look at her, girl.
She was like, my name is Riley, like your daughter's name, and I'm just writing to ask you, like, where the girl shoes at. And so he wrote a handwritten letter back to her. I think I thought that was very,
it was
like, you
thoughtful.
took time. Yeah, it was. So shout out Steph, because y'all struck. So our next and last graduate we put on here was New York City. And New York City plans on creating a statue in honor of Shirley Chisholm.
A monument.
Yeah, I think they're gonna start this year. I'm assuming I was gonna say it just got released. They just released that they were gonna do it. So for you guys who don't know who Shirley Chisholm is, I mean,
the first black woman elected to Congress.
To seek a major party in the presidential nomination. I think that was in like the 80s, 70s, or 80s. So, I mean, she's very influential. I mean,
they only have 5 statues honoring women in New York
City. I think she will be the first person of color, too. Or, excuse me, at least the first woman of color. So, I don't know when they'll start on that, but I thought that was cool, and I was looking stuff up.
That is cool. List. I mean, it looks like the people submitted her for her leadership and activism for women, period. So that's good that they actually are adding another monument with a strong black woman on there.
Right. So shout out to New York, because, you know.
Shout out to y'all. You know, y'all police be.
Girl, see, and then graduate list.
Right.
That
is it for the graduate list.
So shout out to y'all, and we are going to go ahead and roll into our sports. Y'all know how we are about the sports, so we about to get into it. We about to start off real raw right now. Cowboys winning the NFC East. If they win today, if they beat Philadelphia today, they will solidify for sure the NFC East. They will win the division.
The trash division that it is. They will win the division and
probably lose the first round.
And lose the first round of the playoffs. That's just is what it is. And the ultimate shade from last week was they did the Saints like that, and then the NFL came back and still had the Saints #1 in the power rankings. So you definitely trash.
You know what? I think today's gonna be a toss-up. Philly's coming off a win with, you know, the Redskins. I don't know. You know, the spread is the Cowboys by 3 or 3.5. They've been on a roll. We'll see. I mean, it's very possible.
Amari Cooper is the difference maker.
And you know what's
I feel like everybody's still playing the same.
Girl, I don't even remember whose list this was. Me and Derek just talking about this last night. We were talking about this last night. They had the top 8 most important Cowboys players, bro, and Amari Cooper was not on it. They put Jason Garrett. I'm like, bro, y'all
don't understand
Amari literally
the difference that he made when y'all got him. He's opening it up for everybody else.
And I said y'all didn't put him on this list. I can't remember who the list was.
But the thing about Cowboys fans, and I don't care if y'all say I'm hating, the thing about them is they're never objective. You're never objective, and y'all think Dak is that guy.
No,
and he's not, because if he was that guy, y'all would have been okay before Amari got there.
Most Cowboy fans I know, they try to rock with Dak because that's their quarterback, but they know he trash. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. I feel like they know that he's trash, and Amari can make plays. That's what I like about him.
If you.
I like him because he can make plays, because we know, I don't care, Dak might throw you 25 yard pass down the field because the defenses always give him one. Usually they're 10 or 12 yard passes. Amari Cooper can make the play. And that's what makes
his passes don't get. Amari can run the route exactly how it's supposed to be ran and still come back and get the ball that you couldn't get to him. So that's the difference right there.
And that makes a ton
of
I don't
difference.
know. To me, he's the most important Cowboy right about now. Well, I would say
what was Jason Garrett doing over there? Because all he does is clap. No matter the outcome.
Also,
Coach Clapper,
girl, he trash. We were having a discussion last night. You know, Sean Lee is supposed to be coming back next week.
For what? All he do is tear pull hamstrings and quads.
Y'all defense looks really good without him. So. I mean, we'll see what happens. I feel like Philly gonna come in, like I said, but everybody's coming in with something to prove. So I don't think it's gonna. I don't know, because they beat Philly earlier this year and they looked pretty bad. And if I'm not mistaken, when they played Philly, I don't think Carson Wentz was playing. I think that Nick Foles was still playing. So it might be a different game today.
I don't really put too much stake in NFC East games, so they're not exciting to me.
I just want to see what's gonna happen. So 3:00, y'all let me know. I don't really watch their games too much. I might tune in today, but if they did turn around. I think Amari Cooper made the difference. He single-handedly turned their season around.
To me, and they had to give up the first round for that.
And at this point, the way he playing, it was probably worth it for them. I still think they need a quarterback.
They do, because what if Dak go down?
Yeah, because I don't even know who they backup is.
But Vander Esch, I agree right there. Vander Esch.
Yeah, he is. But, enough of the Cowboy, enough of the NFC East. I'm going to stop, I'm not going to troll today. I'm not going to do it, because y'all know I'm good to troll. I'm not going to. And the coach.
Yeah, Coach Clapper, he ain't doing
But he ain't even going nowhere. The way they play down there, he ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, I would never like the Cowboys until Jerry's gone.
But Steven ain't no better, so you still.
Until the whole Jones, this is out of there.
Which, I don't know if we'll see that in our lifetime. I really don't. Our next topic for our sports section is Toronto. Well, let me take this back. Kawhi and the Toronto Raptors. I'm going to have to rephrase that. Because Kawhi is balling. And my first thing that I'm going to say, because I was guilty of this, I thought that Kawhi was a system player. I really did. I really didn't think that he was going to be able to do anything outside of Pop's system in San Antonio. So he proved me completely wrong. He really did, and he balled, and they balled. I really did, only because I don't know, because he's just so, I don't know. But everybody that Kobe works out with, everybody that Kobe puts his hands on, they ball when he gets done with them. Look at the Greek Freak right now. I mean, Russ, Kawhi, everybody who works out with Kobe, the Black Mamba just got something for him. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, but Kawhi, he's definitely doing what he's capable of doing. I think he was held back in San Antonio because of the system. But But the good thing about the Raptors is he hadn't even have to play every game, and that's what he wanted at the Spurs. He doesn't have to play the second game after a back-to-back. He doesn't have to play. They rest him, and they still number one.
They've been balling. The Bucks been balling too.
They've been balling.
So
OKC been balling.
Yeah, OKC has been balling. I mean, this year I will say the Detroit been balling. I will say that I have been fairly impressed, especially like the East. Like you said, the East. Everybody pretty much. This me personally. I thought that coming into this season, Boston was just gonna have it sold up. I pretty much was like, it's gonna be Boston and Philly. That's it. That's all. We ain't gonna really hear no noise from nobody else. And Lord, and to my surprise, I mean, you got, like I said, Detroit.
I knew Boston was gonna have some issues because of their personnel. With
Terry Rozier,
they played better without Kyrie. They play better as a team without Kyrie. When Kyrie comes back, he's ball heavy, so the ball's not moving as much. But
Terry Rozier got to go somewhere else because he not getting
even playing the same.
He's not. You can see it in you can see he's frustrated and he needs to go somewhere because I think he could be a solid starting point guard for somebody.
Did you see that? What's his name? Embiid said he's not happy with his role.
Yeah, he's not happy since Jimmy Butler came in. But he.
So what about his role changes when Butler gets there? Because they're not even the same position. But I guess because he's not getting the ball as much. It's right.
But it's egos. It's like, and I'm not even surprised. I'm not surprised to hear him say that.
I knew that was going to happen. Yeah. And the Wizards, Lord have mercy, they waiting at the bottom, child. They just down there just waiting in the water.
They finna try to get rid of all of them, I believe. I know they want to get rid of John Wall, but it's just kind of like...
Yeah, they is. And
you know what? I think Chicago should just go ahead and tank so they can get Zion.
Chicago?
Yeah,
they lost by 57 points.
Right. I was like, baby, just tank the way
on your home court.
Tank so y'all can get Zion.
They is tanking.
At this point.
Shoot, they is tanking.
You know who? Luka, bro. Dallas. I like Luka. That man, he is going to be the face. If I wouldn't say, because Dirk, that's something I respect about Dirk. Cause I said Luka in Dallas. I'm gonna roll in that because then I'm gonna roll into Melo. Dirk has turned. He knew his role. I've always loved that about Dirk. When the time was coming, he knew when to sit back, take pay cuts for the team. He thought bigger than himself.
Yeah, they got a couple more years, though.
They do. But I like Luka. 19, I didn't think he was going to come in and ball like that. I really liked him.
He was hooping overseas, though.
Yeah,
he was really that guy.
I was really impressed when we went to the Boston game a couple weeks ago, and I was like, okay, bro. Like, yeah, look at that. Like, you're legit. Yeah. I can rock with this.
It's different from like somebody coming straight out of high school to NBA than coming from overseas to the NBA. That's a big difference.
It is a big difference because it's professional still. So
and he definitely is a good addition for them.
Yeah,
he's been hooping, but I still think they
one piece away.
Struggle.
They're one piece away because like DeAndre's been playing better since he's been there. He slimmed up and. I didn't, I wasn't a big fan of DeAndre Jordan, especially after that mess he pulled. The first time he was supposed to come here and he didn't. So I'm impressed with him right now. I like their team, like you said.
They make the playoffs.
They the number 8 right now.
If the Jazz I think the Jazz and the Pelicans will turn up sometime soon.
But if they don't,
gone. Yeah, well,
they're gonna trade them. They said that they willing to trade them if stuff don't shake.
Well, that's what
I'm gonna make something shake.
Trade them then.
But me bringing up Dirk, girl, the Rockets trash.
They down there just
speaking. That's
Aaron
why I was
Gordon said he ain't having no fun no more. He said this is not fun. This is because not fun basketball.
Me rolling. Why I mentioned Dirk. Because I wanted to mention Carmelo. I made a post the other day that it was speculation. I do know LeBron has mentioned before that he would love to play with Melo, CP3, and Dwayne Wade.
But they corrected it. He did not say that.
Yeah, he didn't say that he wanted Melo in LA.
In LA,
it was speculation. With him. Melo, you have to learn you have to know when your time You have to make adjustments.
Go overseas or just stop.
Or just stop, pretty much.
That's your options.
Because if you can't accept your new role,
and he can't,
then you don't. For sure. And that's what I was arguing on my post, bro. Why you think Atlanta didn't want him? Atlanta paid that contract down. I was like, bro, we got a young team. We trying to build on this. We don't even want that right now. You went to Houston. Now, granted, Houston was gonna struggle with or without you.
Exactly.
They was gonna struggle with or without him because they got rid of Trevor Ariza.
They were saying, "Oh, well, they trash without him." Well, they were no better with him.
They really weren't. They were gonna be the same. They were still gonna be under mediocre.
Heavy offense and no defense. They got rid of Trevor Ariza, and that was that. I mean. So I'm very disappointed in them.
I am too.
Very disappointed.
But like I've always said, Melo is not a winner.
Nope.
And Chris Paul is not a winner. And y'all can say what you want.
And they used to claim last year was the first ballot Hall of Fame.
Statistics, I guess. But last year, that was the first time Chris Paul made it to the Western Conference Finals. You know what I'm saying? He's not a winner. And now this year, look at him.
Child.
Melo actually has the worst winning percentage in playoff in the NBA for a player that's had 50 or more playoff games under their belt. He has the worst percentage. He just want to hoop, bro. To me, Melo just want to go out there and hoop, get a check, and that's it. That's all.
He want to play a lot of minutes.
Right.
That's different than hooping because when I watch him play, I don't see him hooping like he do at the fitness center.
Like I said, if it ain't Melo, hoodie Melo, I don't want him. Like dude said, well, this ain't the gym. Okay, that's why I don't want him.
That's why we don't want him. Because every gym should be the same. First of all, their game should not change. Especially if you play with the Rockets, they run and gun. So you should be able to do that same thing you were doing during the summer with KD and LeBron and all them.
Like we were discussing last night, and Derek's point, the Melo's game is just outdated for this NBA. The ISO thing is just not a thing right now. Like the NBA is, you have to evolve. You do, and it's true. You really do have to evolve.
Has to move. When he don't move the ball, you can just say the game has evolved.
Yeah,
you have to move the ball.
You have to move the ball these days. So like that ISO, like
ball standard
and triple threat and jabbing and stuff like that's just that's just not what it is in 2018.
That's the easiest game to guard. That's the easiest type of game to guard.
And then you don't play defense, which that's something he ain't did that since years. I mean, I can remember the last time I feel like Melo played some defense. So I just think that if he can't accept what his role is going to be on any team, then your time in the NBA is up, and that's probably why he's still at home.
Him and JR.
Our next, we put Green Bay.
Green Bay
firing their coach.
Hey, their team is not good.
Right. Green Bay, they fired their coach after that loss to Arizona. Some people are saying that Aaron Rodgers has something to do with it because they didn't get along. I don't know.
I just think they had to do something. They had to do because they're not the Green Bay of old. They had to do something. But my thing is, I'm not a big advocate of firing coaches. You know what I mean? Especially if your team doesn't have the pieces that it needs. I feel like they have Aaron Rodgers and then, what else?
I don't know. I don't know if he actually had. I guess he did have something to do with it, but
it's always gonna be the superstar that has something to do with it, though. If you think about it, in any sport, like when somebody gets fired, the big person had something to do with it, or they probably.
So hopefully they can turn it around. Yeah, I mean they done for this season, so
yeah.
See what happens next year for them. College football, same team. Yeah, we know the 4 teams that they. Shout out to Kyler Murray for his Heisman win last night. Yep. Representing Texas. Hey, Triple D at that. Mm-hmm. So, same teams, different years. What I said.
They gotta find a way to spice it up.
Maybe Kyler can. Maybe somebody can beat Alabama. Maybe OU can beat Alabama. I doubt it, but we'll see.
We'll see.
That was just, like I said, I think people are getting tired. You get tired, kind of like the
it's
whole
the
thing
same,
with the NBA. Like, everybody's tired.
Now,
like, this year it's kind of like,
yeah,
it's like, okay, we got different people to watch, different teams. They done mixed it up. Mm-hmm. So, hopefully that can happen. But I guess when you're the best of the best, you're going to get the best of the best, and that's what you're going to get every year.
Yeah, and you have the resources to go get the good players.
The best of the best, exactly. Derek Fisher named the new head coach of the LA Sparks.
I just roll my
eyes.
That's
it, and that's all. I don't have nothing to say
I have one thing to say. Derek Fisher, to me, this is not a good look. This is not a good look because Derek Fisher has had some little scandals and controversy going on with women, and I don't think he needs to be coaching women. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I don't think he needs to be coaching women.
That's a little suspect.
And we women. So we can say that. I don't think he needs to be coaching women. I don't think he's the right fit for that job. He can coach whoever he wants to, but I just don't think that's a good fit. Since we talk about women in sports, I also don't think it's going to be unpopular, but I don't think that women should be reffing the NBA. I do not think that. They have not been making appropriate calls this past week. I've been watching, and you got men barking at them the whole game, the players barking at them the whole game. I just don't think it's the right place for them. I just don't.
That's a very interesting.
I don't think.
I think that's an interesting topic.
It is.
Maybe we do it midweek.
Yes,
took the word out
because I was watching. I've been watching them now. They've had at least one woman ref at in the NBA games this week. But other than that, Derek Fisher is not the right fit for that LA Sparks job, and I think they just picked him because he played for LA.
Right, and
because all this controversy and stuff he's been having going on.
I don't think it's a good look either. I don't know why you would pick him up. They needed somebody, obviously.
They needed somebody real quick.
So, I put on here one of the last things. The U.S. Soccer Foundation sued the U.S. Soccer Federation over a logo.
It's a little petty.
I don't really. I was almost confused because I was like, it sounds like the same thing.
Like you suing yourself, like
almost. But we just put it on here because we try to
we had
be
baseball
well-rounded
last week.
Yeah, so I don't even really know what was going on with that. I didn't even look
over a logo.
Yeah, over a logo. So I have no idea. You know what? We could put him and then we'll do the open discussion. Yeah. Kareem Hunt. I seen something yesterday that said it was confirmed that the young lady he was seen kicking or whatever, assaulting in the video, said that she called him what?
B-word?
N-word. Which is why he attacked her, and they said that was confirmed.
But the thing is, that's all he had around him that night was white women. So if you don't want to be called that, come on now, change your surroundings.
I don't.
I know I would be triggered if somebody called me the N-word. I would, man, woman, whatever.
Especially when you do in a derogatory, negative manner like that.
And she was in his face, but
I do feel like his friend, I'm assuming everybody was drunk. Everybody had to be completely lit to not pull him away and get him out of that situation.
I felt like the effort was not there.
It wasn't. They let him. And granted, I'm not taking away from him being an adult and making a better decision, but yet again, he is 22. We know at 22, you're young. I do believe that his friends should have did a little bit better, like getting him away.
And the thing is, she's saying that she spit on him and called him the N-word.
And that's assault, and spitting on someone is assault. You can charge someone with assault. I feel like again, I'm not taking away that he's an adult.
What about that other Caucasian lady that was with him? She should have whooped her butt. Because if you do that to my man, we're going to get out there real quick. And he not going to have to touch you. That's what I'm saying. There was plenty of people that looked like her around that could have got with her to the point to where he didn't have to
do anything. Exactly. And that's what I feel like his friend, they should have, because of
drop everybody that was there with him.
That boy, hopefully, my thing with Shannon, Shannon and Skip was having a discussion about that this week, I believe. And his thing, okay, are we going to hold all professionals accountable for their actions when it comes to stuff like that? Do you
Make
hold
sure
doctors accountable, lawyers accountable for some type of domestic violence or assault that they're doing against women or other people? Do we hold, because it's like the standard with the professional athletes and other professionals are not the same. That was Shannon's, and it's not. That was Shannon's argument. So is his career over? I would hope not. The kid is talented. Maybe
I don't think his career is over, but I think that franchises are now taking the stance where they don't want to have. There's plenty of domestic instances that have happened within the NFL, but now I think since the what's his name from the Cowboys?
Greg Hardy?
No. Him and Zeke had that little arbitration and everything with the NFL, and they lost it. I think since that happened, now people are very mindful of how their organization looks by having someone like that on their team. And I think that's why he was cut so quickly.
Oh, yeah, they didn't even think twice about it. But the crazy thing that got me was, this happened in February. The tape didn't get out till November.
Law enforcement hadn't even seen the tape. They didn't even have the tape. So the tape came from somewhere else.
It must have came from the police. Because I'm trying to figure out, it was like I'm not going to say random, but yeah, it was kind of random. Because this happened in February, and we're in November, December, and it's just now.
The police said they didn't see it until it was leaked.
Because I know the NFL said the same thing.
They said
that they asked him about it back then, and he gave them, something.
But the thing is, when you're doing good and when things going well for you, that's when people try to start leaking stuff and,
Yeah, Kansas City was doing
They were doing very well and probably still will do well. But people get jealous and stuff like that and start leaking videos. Oh, he hit me, he did this, all that. And now he's without a job. Now, if somebody spit and called me the N-word, go ahead and send me my papers. Because if I'm going to be without a job, then that's that. Because you're not going to disrespect me.
And I feel like my entourage, if I'm that person, we know Kareem Hunt and the talent he has and what the future that the kid can have in the NFL. If you a real friend, bro, I got you, fool. I ain't even gonna let you go down like that because I know you got a future, bro. I'm rocking with you, bro. I'm not even gonna let this go down. Let me handle it.
He needs to cut off everybody that was there. He need to get around some real men and
watch us around.
Watch us around it. There are people like that.
Like the comment we've seen, young, black, and rich.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And
then go after those types.
They do, and I feel like my biggest thing, I think personally, was seeing, and I'm not justifying exactly what he did as far as putting his hands on somebody, but when you got Big Ben still playing like ain't nothing happened, like he wasn't,
it just swept under the rug.
You know what I'm saying? When people that don't look like Kareem Hunt do stuff, and it's just like the backup quarterback for New York. Remember we put him on there because he got arrested for charging up the police officer and ran. Like nothing happened. Like, where are the repercussions to people that don't look?
This starts with, and our young black men have to start recognizing this. When you come into money and when you come into a position of a professional athlete, you are a target, and you have to have people around you who are willing to protect you. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He needs to drop every single person that was with him that night.
Agreed.
He needs to drop that girl who I think is the girl he was with, and that white boy and them other two black. They gotta go because that wasn't enough. That wasn't enough, and they didn't react accordingly. In my position, in my opinion, because this may be unpopular, but I don't feel like a white person will react to the N-word and someone being spit on in the same sense that a black person would.
It's true, because they don't feel it, because they don't understand
it. They don't understand the pain and the history.
Right, so you got to be careful, and that's something you try to preach to these young athletes. Like, watch your entourage, watch who you're around, because a lot of people don't have your best interest at heart. And like I said, that alcohol and other things probably could have played a factor into that, because when your judgment is off due to some type of
influence,
some type of influence like that.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah,
they dropped him. He not getting that money no more. So the friends just gone.
Yeah, and that's usually how it goes. You have to be mindful of who you around, man. And that's even, and I'm gonna take that. That's even in just everyday life.
Everyday
like,
life,
not in a celebrity,
like
but
that.
Right. But you have people that rock with you when you up, and when you down, they know where to be found. So you just have to know who's gonna rock with you regardless of what's going on. Who got your best interest
and
at heart?
Take mental notes too.
Yeah,
the
little
people that's
stuff.
clapping when they need to be clapping, and the people that's over there silent, and
Right.
the people that's supporting when they need to be
supporting, and they not supporting.
Take mental notes.
Because, baby, we take them all the time. We take them all the time with this.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
So our last thing, our open discussion
is...
we changed it because it was going to be Kareem Hunt.
Yep.
We moved into the sports section, but we decided to touch on Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
And this Oscars and the homophobic tweets and...
So... My question is the timeline, because I know he came out with a little Instagram video saying that he was going to host the Oscars, and then it was like not even a day later that he came back and said he's not going to host because he's not going to apologize for the tweets, the homophobic tweets that he had tweeted 9 years ago. So I'm wondering, like, when he accepted it, did somebody get mad and was like, oh no, he's like homophobic? And
like we were talking about earlier, my thing, Kevin said that he wasn't going to apologize. He had already apologized for it.
Exactly.
So when was this pulled up? Because I've never really heard anything, and he's hosted other things before. He's been on different shows. Again, like he's hosted different events. So when was this, like, when did he apologize? And I'm not saying he didn't apologize. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, when did it come up prior to this? Because I don't know. I'm not a huge Kevin Hart fan. I don't keep up with Kevin Hart like that. I know a lot of people who do. I don't really go see his movies. I'm just not a huge fan of his, so I wouldn't know when this had happened prior. But Jamie Lee Curtis that came out and said that she thought that what he said was, she basically like what he said was whack, and he shouldn't have been making an apology, or he shouldn't have made that video about not accepting when he was in the bed or something. I'm like, girl.
Yeah, I could kind of see where she's coming from, or I just think that
he don't care. To me, that's just like he didn't care. Like you do that, you don't care.
Yeah, I just think that celebrities, they always think they have to, provide an explanation for everything. They're people too. They're real people too. I mean, if I'm not gonna apologize, I'm just not gonna apologize. Mm-hmm. I don't have to. You'll just see it in the news. I'm not doing it no more. That's it. But of course, Kevin Hart, he's real big on Instagram and with his videos and stuff. So he gave his explanation. Oh my goodness,
I just don't know what.
But he did apologize though.
And then I was just going to say he said that he had apologized before. I didn't understand. We're in a time, okay, because I'm gonna put it out there like this. It's not. It's kind of frustrating because I know it's the LGBTQ community, but it's not necessarily the ones that look like us that were being that vocal. So I mean, I'm not. Granted, it's everybody, but it seems like when it comes to people of color, specifically black people, when something is going, it's always something that they try to attack. Because, they did that with Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray won the Heisman last night, and all of a sudden they said they found homophobic tweets that he made. And so if he was probably in high school when he made them, whenever they pulled them back. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, do you guys hold these other people to the same standard? Again, going back to people that don't look like Kevin Hart, that don't look like Kyler Murray.
Amy Schumer and...
Nick Cannon found tweets of theirs, homophobic tweets, and
Schumer?
why weren't they held to the same standard? If we're going to do it across the board. That'd be the issue. Don't just pick and choose who's going to do it because of how they look. Do it because it's wrong. Right is right and wrong is wrong.
Exactly.
If that's how you're going to do it.
Yeah. I agree with the unapologetic stance.
Because that's why I said that was something I actually did like, that he didn't really back. Because he could have just been like, okay, let me make an apology so I can go ahead and host this and get this check. Right. But he did kind of stand his ground like, okay, well, whatever. I told you I've apologized before. That's it. That's all. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of Kevin Hart's, so I mean, it didn't sway me either way. I wouldn't have watched the Oscars whether he was host. I probably wouldn't have watched them if he was hosting anyway, even though I don't watch them anyway. So
that's that. I mean, you're apologizing for what? Wait, what? You already offered me. You should have read this before you offered me the position.
If it came out before, then why is it an issue now? Because you're saying it's something that he's had to address more than once.
Y'all even asked me to do this.
He said he's addressed it. So why now? Like, I'm not getting that. That part is, that's why I said, when did he address it and when was it an issue? And I'm not saying he didn't address it. I'm just trying to figure out why now it came about when he said that he's been questioned and addressed it multiple times. It makes no sense.
I don't know. Kevin Hart, I can't. He's not funny to me.
I'm not.
But I know people were saying that what he said on Twitter was a joke. I read it. It didn't look like a joke, but if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. Right. They say it's free speech out here, so.
But it's really not.
And why he gotta apologize again? I don't understand.
And so, who's hosting now?
That's what I want to know, because it's gonna be hard to find somebody sometime in 2019. But the thing is, now you have to be strategic in how you pick your host, because everybody has a past,
and everybody,
whether
with
you
social
know
media,
it or not.
Right, with social media, you're gonna be able to pull up anything on anybody that they've said, because you see every week we've had, I would say, the majority of the shows that we've done, we've had a flunky with a social media post or tweet or Instagram post or whatever it was that somebody made that was inappropriate,
right,
for whatever whatever they said, and people had to come back. They had to backtrack and apologize. We seen it with Betty Midler, the dude with the Aladdin thing, the dude that, well, he didn't apologize, but the one that made the caricature of Serena.
He was like, that's how she looks.
It's just, that's just the era we're in, bro. Like 20 years from now, the next president we have, they're gonna pull back their tweet. They could have been a high school, you know what I'm saying? It could be somebody our age, and they pull, they pull some tweets and stuff. You just never.
Because if I ever get famous, it's gonna be every single thing I done posted.
Right, I'm trying to tell you, everything that you say. It's just the time we're in.
It just is what it is, and I ain't taking none of it back. So, you either
like Nene Leak said, I said what I said.
Said what I said. And that's that. So there's no apology with it. At all.
And on that note, thank y'all for tuning in to this week's episode. We are done. This upcoming week we'll probably have some other stuff pop off. What's up, hey? So like Ashley was saying at the beginning, if you can't sit on Facebook and watch us live, we get it. Games coming on. Yep. It's hard to watch Facebook and you got to text and do all this stuff. Mm-hmm. So if you can't, check our podcast out, because what we're talking about now will go straight into the podcast. It's recorded as we're doing the live. So you can check us out, the Miseducation of Senae and Ashley, Spotify, Apple, Google, Stitcher, Anchor. There's like 10 or 12 different places you can check us out on. Wherever you listen to, just check us out on there. Go like our fan page if you haven't.
Yes,
go
please.
Share our post. Let people know what we're doing. Yeah, let people.
We're really out here.
We're really out here getting it. We're really out here doing this. So if you appreciate what we're doing, if you like what we're doing, like it, love it.
Share.
Let me take the like out. Love it. Share it. We appreciate it. I think we support enough people.
Yes,
we do. That we could get that reciprocated.
The same in return. Yes.
And if you have any topics, anything that you guys want us to touch on, feel free to hit us up.
We have our email.
Yeah, the most of
Sundays at gmail.com.
Hit us up on the fan page.
Mm-hmm.
I don't answer my DMs.
You can message me.
I say that
I answer the messages, so you can message me if you have any topics that need to be addressed.
Or discuss. We'll probably do a midweek most of this week. Mm-hmm. And if we don't necessarily go live again, we're really pushing our podcast right now. But we know podcasts are popping. Mm-hmm. So if you can't catch us on here, always go back and you can catch us on there. Again, this will be on YouTube as well sometime today. Yep. We're everywhere.
We're everywhere.
Just check us out. And on that note, like Ashley said, that's that.
That's that.
We will see
y'all
next time.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Have a good week.